The Young and the Restless continues to draw viewers into a maze of unresolved secrets, in which Claire, a young woman, is facing risks when the secret of her past is about to be exposed. Claire herself, despite trying to live a life as part of the powerful Newman family, is slowly realizing that everything she has built can collapse in the blink of an eye, thanks to a secret investigation by Summer. It all starts when Summer, after growing suspicions about Claire's past, begins to conduct an investigation of her own. Summer follows, collects, and compares the pieces of Claire's story, and gradually realizes that what she has heard about Claire does not match what really happened. A big secret is being hidden, and Summer decides to find out the truth. She seeks out Jordan, the foster mother who raised Claire since she was a child. Jordan, an experienced woman with close ties to Claire's family, may be the key to unlocking secrets no one expected. Summer knows that Jordan will reveal important information, but she also knows that it won't be easy. Jordan is not someone who easily tells the truth, especially when it comes to Claire's complicated past. As Summer approaches Jordan, she can't help but feel pressured. Jordan, despite being Claire's foster parent, can't help but doubt the seriousness of Summer's questions. Details about Claire and her family become increasingly unclear. Summer gradually discovers that there has been a major change in the DNA paperwork, and she becomes increasingly convinced that Claire may have used a fake DNA result to join the Newman family. Not only is she Victoria's daughter, as she was known, but she is also someone who has no blood relationship to the family. Claire, despite her intelligence and talent, has kept this secret hidden for so long. She wants to have a good life, not only because she is the daughter of a powerful woman, but also because she wants to be part of the Newman family, a family that is admired for its wealth and power. With the Newman name attached, Claire has had opportunities that many others can only dream of. But this cannot last forever. As Summer continues her investigation, Claire gradually realizes that she cannot keep this secret any longer. Once the truth is revealed, everything she has built will collapse. She feels extremely scared. The price of her lies could be the loss of her family, her reputation, and the benefits she has worked so hard to achieve. As Summer gets closer to the truth, Claire begins to feel like she has no control over the situation. She tries her best to cover her tracks, but this revelation is inevitable. Just a small mistake could expose the truth. In Claire's mind, the rich and powerful life she had in the Newman family is no longer certain. Everything she could lose in a moment. She tries to stay calm, but she can't help but worry about what Summer might reveal. When Summer has all the evidence of the DNA tampering in her hands, Claire can only stand still, facing the truth she has been avoiding for so long. Everything could change, and Claire must be ready to face the consequences. Summer and Claire's relationship will never be the same again. Although Summer is the only one who discovered this secret, her discovery will inevitably bring Claire to face the inevitable conflict. The friendships, loyalties, and illusions that Claire has built up over the years will all be at risk of collapsing. Summer, with her determination and intelligence, has unraveled the shocking secret about Claire's past. Faced with the risk of being exposed, Claire does not know what to do. She can continue to hide the truth, or accept it and face unpredictable consequences. Each step she takes will become more dangerous, because Summer has undeniable evidence in her hands. As the truth gradually emerges, not only Claire but also the entire Newman family will be drawn into terrible conflicts. Claire may not only lose her reputation, but also the chance to join the powerful family she has longed for. The confrontations, the psychological battles, will not stop until all the secrets are exposed to the light. The tension in the Newman family began to rise like an undercurrent. No one could have imagined that behind the perfect appearance of this powerful family, there were dark secrets waiting to be exposed. The name Claire had become too familiar in the Newman family. She was part of a powerful corporation, but no one knew that she had to trade many things to get to her current position. Claire, a girl with a dark past, decided to build a bright future with the Newman family. She was not the biological daughter of Victoria, who was known to have absolute power in this family, but she knew how to pretend and create a fake blood relationship to enter the vortex of power. Since she was a child, Claire felt deprived of affection and protection, and when she met the Newman family, she felt welcomed and loved, at least on the surface. No one knew that behind that warmth, she was hiding a dark truth. She had done everything to be recognized as Victoria's lost daughter, but it was all a lie, an elaborate plot built since her childhood, a carefully planned plan to be able to enter this noble family. Claire had tried to change her DNA results, creating a false curtain to make everyone believe that she was the lost daughter that Victoria had been waiting for so many years. She knew that if this secret was revealed, not only her career but also her reputation would be ruined. However, what she did not expect was that Summer, who had been observing her all this time, began to question Claire's past. Summer, despite her friendly and approachable appearance, had a strong determination. After a long time of thinking and observing Claire's behavior, Summer began to have doubts. The fragments of Claire's stories, the inconsistencies in the small details, gradually led Summer to form a hypothesis: Claire was not Victoria's daughter. Not stopping there, Summer decided to take action. She secretly contacted Jordan, Claire's adoptive mother, and invited her to meet privately. Jordan, although loving Claire like her own daughter, could not hide his doubts about her past. When Summer began to bring up details about Claire's childhood, Jordan felt uneasy. She could not refuse to share the secrets she had kept for so long. Summer's gentle words made Jordan unable to keep silent any longer, and what Jordan told her would shock Summer. It turned out that what Claire had done was not only to change some documents, but she had also created a completely fake story, a story that if anyone found out, would not only make Claire lose everything, but could also destroy the Newman family. She had deceived them by hiding her true identity. No one knew that although Claire had always been treated as a member of the Newman family, she was just an outsider, a girl who had no blood relationship with them. Summer began to see the danger behind this deception. She not only wanted to expose the truth about Claire, but also wanted to prevent this danger from spreading in the Newman family. She began to collect evidence, looking for all the documents that could prove her hypothesis. Every step she took was calculated and cautious, but she knew that if she made just one small mistake, she would lose everything. Claire, despite being wise and cunning, couldn't help but worry. She knew that everything was slowly coming to the brink of collapse. With each passing day, the tension in Claire's heart grew. She knew that once the truth was discovered, she would not only lose her position in the Newman family, but also be pushed out of society, without any protection. Everything she had achieved would go up in smoke. But Claire was not one to give up easily. She decided to act before Summer could do anything. Claire tried to deal with Summer's every move, but it seemed that everything she did only made the situation worse. She began to realize her folly in trying to hold on to a life that she knew clearly could not last forever. A fierce confrontation between Claire and Summer was about to happen, and no one could predict the outcome. Secrets will be exposed, relationships will be tested, and the Newman household will no longer be the safe haven Claire once believed it was. Cracks in the walls of this powerful family have begun to appear, and no one can stop its collapse. The Young and the Restless story continues to unfold as ambitious Claire sets out to convince Nikki and Victoria Newman of the viability of a strategy she believes will change the fortunes of the Newman household. Claire sees the perfect opportunity to win over Victor Newman, whose approval she craves. She knows that to succeed in the family, she must make a mark in Victor's eyes, and she will do anything to achieve that goal. With Nikki's birthday looming, Claire realizes that this is an opportunity she can't pass up. To prove that she can make a difference and make things better for the family, Claire plans a grand party. This is not only a celebration for Nikki, but also a chance for Claire to prove that she can fit in and make a positive impact. Her biggest goal is to make Victor see the happiness she has with Kyle, the man she believes will help her gain a position in the Newman family. Claire knows that if Victor sees her and Kyle together at a joyful party and the event goes smoothly, her chances of becoming an important part of the family will be much higher. However, this plan is not simple. Victoria and Nikki, although powerful and experienced women in the Newman family, will certainly be suspicious of Claire's motives. They are not easily fooled and understand that even a seemingly perfect plan can hide hidden plots. Nikki and Victoria know that Claire has never truly sought to integrate into the Newman family, but only wants to use relationships to achieve personal goals. Therefore, they do not completely trust her. Although Claire tries to convince them that this plan can actually work, deep down, both Nikki and Victoria are not completely convinced. They know that something is wrong and that Claire's plan may just be an elaborate game to attract Victor's attention, rather than truly creating harmony in the family. However, Claire still does not give up. She organizes Nikki's birthday party with great care and effort, inviting all the important members of the Newman family. Everything seems perfect, but beneath the splendid exterior, tensions between Claire and the family members still simmer. Claire can only hope that with Kyle's help, she can prove that she is an indispensable part of this family. But while Claire is immersed in her plan, Kyle is facing worries from his family. Kyle's parents, Jack and Diane, begin to notice warning signs in his behavior. Kyle, who has always been a good and promising son, has begun to repeat the mistakes he made in the past. This worries Jack and Diane, especially when Victor's problems begin to surface in Kyle's relationship with Claire. Kyle, despite loving Claire and hoping to build a future with her, cannot avoid Victor's influence. Kyle's relationship with Victor has always been complicated, not only because of the power imbalance but also because of past events that have left scars on Kyle. Diane and Jack find that Victor's presence brings out the worst in Kyle: rash decisions, impulsiveness, and a penchant for power plays. This makes them even more concerned that Kyle may lose the stability of his life and work if he continues to get caught up in the struggle with Victor. So Jack and Diane decide to warn Kyle about the dangers of letting Victor get too involved in his life. They stress that while Victor may be the one to give Kyle opportunities, he can also easily ruin what he has built. They worry that Kyle may be drawn into the power plays that Victor has always used to manipulate those around him. While Kyle may not want to hear these warnings, deep down, he begins to feel the truth about Victor's negative impact on his life. He can't help but notice that when he's around Victor, he easily becomes recklessly assertive, and his past mistakes are starting to recur. Meanwhile, Claire is also constantly struggling to prove that she can really change. Although Nikki's birthday party plans are a success beyond her expectations, Claire knows that she can't stop trying if she wants to gain Victor's recognition. She decides, despite the hardships and challenges she faces, to continue to strive and prove that she is worthy of a place in the Newman family. The story revolves not only around Claire's fight for recognition, but also about the complicated relationships within the Newman family. From Jack and Diane's concerns about Kyle, to the tensions between Claire and the Newman family members, it all creates a challenging picture and unexpected twists. Can Claire win over Victor and the Newman family, or will the ghost from the past cause all her plans to collapse? The answer can only be found in the dramatic developments that follow.